Hi, this is Julio Reyes, aka Savatron, here again. This is a lightsaber that I've constructed for a customer. They wanted it custom built to be able to have RGB, and yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how to take apart this lightsaber. The easiest way to do it is not from the pommel first, because your recharge port right down there at the bottom is going to be wired to the battery pack. It's going to be inside the handle. So if you can see along the top part of the grip, there's some screws that attach the grips to the grip handle, and then the entire bottom half to the top half. So you're just going to unscrew those by putting your Allen wrench in there, and then just unscrew it about 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and do that for each screw near the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't want to unscrew these all the way, because then the grip sections will start sliding around and moving, and it's a pain in the butt to get them all back together. Might have to unscrew it about 9 times each. There we go. So as you can see, it slides apart. Your entire top half section. The only thing that's really going to be in here is your Luxeon 3 LED up here at the top, your accent LED, which will be down here, and then, you know, if you want to put your 3-position switch for the RGB, you could easily put that here. Everything else on the inside will be inside of here, which is why I say you detach this piece first. So when you go to unscrew everything, nothing's spinning around and getting twisted. Now the way I have this set up is your recharge port has a set of wires that run up through the battery pack and actually attach to the battery pack's wires up here. So your battery pack and recharge port's already set up. I designed it so that way it kind of crumples down. So you got a little bit of space to crumple down, so that way when you stick it into the hand grip, you should be left with about 1 inch or 2 inches here at the top. Just screw it down, and then once everything's in there, it presses down and it literally ends up right about there. So that's how much space right here is how much space you're actually taking up inside. So you have more than enough room for a soundboard and speakers, and then, I mean, once this is attached, you have actually an additional inch or so. So you got roughly about 4.5, 5 inches of space on the inside of the grip lengthwise to add electronics of any kind. The customer also had asked that we put a on-off switch somewhere here in the back end, so when you're holding it backhanded, you can turn it on easily. I was thinking of using a long tactile switch and just drilling a hole straight through the grip section, and then once the button is all set up and everything, all you'd have to do is simply glue it to the bottom of the inside, and then your tactile switch would work. So I'll be supplying this lightsaber for the customer with everything he needs. You've got your Luxeon 3 lens and lens holder. You got the Luxeon 3 inside of here, because that has to be installed into the custom saber shop sync tube adapter, and wired up and everything. And since this customer is going to have somebody else do the wiring for him, there's no point for me to wire any of this up, because they're probably going to end up ripping it all apart and redoing it. So I realized that after a while, and the parts that were supposed to come in the mail took way too long. I just received them today, the day that I'm making this video. So you're going to have your switches in here, tactile switch, 3-position switches in here, your LED, the crystal chamber will be right here. I'm going to show you how to take that apart. You get your Allen wrench for the screws here on the side, and simply unscrew it, not even all the way, just a little bit, because these apply tension. Hold on 1 second. Right here on the inside. To this little clip, which you would usually use inside of a pommel from the custom saber shop, but it works perfectly in here. It holds down this, which will be your crystal chamber, which is just a metal washer with an LED holder inside of it. The LED will be in there already. I'll have that in there for you, and I will also be sending a little diagram of the RGB LED for the accent LED for the leads, for the wiring. And then your crystal would be hot glued right here to the top, which I have the crystal in here. It's a real quartz crystal, which the crystal is the last thing that gets installed. You install all the wiring, everything. Your crystal chamber holder, your crystal holder actually, is going to be the last piece that you actually install once everything's put together. And then once that's done, you're going to hot glue your crystal on top of the crystal chamber. You just put a little bit of glue inside of there over the LED. Press this on there and hold it there probably for like 5-10 seconds until the glue dries up enough, and then you can let go of it. And when the glue dries, it's going to be completely see-through, so the LED's light will be able to shine through the glue and through the crystal. And I've already tested this on several other sabers before. It works. So it's cheap and it works. Alright, so to put your lightsaber back together would be the exact same way that you took it apart, in opposite. So all the wiring would be attached to this. I'm also sending a set of quick disconnectors. Once you have all your electronics set up, your speaker, your battery pack, switch, all that stuff, you would want to use the quick disconnectors to go from your top section, which has your LEDs connected to it, and then to your bottom section. So you would just attach those and then slide this back together, screw it shut. So you're just going to put all your electronics back inside the pommel, screw that all the way down until it's nice and tight, and then as you can see, you have wires that stick out the top. The wires coming off your board for the LED should be what come out the top, and there should be a quick disconnect for that. And the way that's going to work is your LED quick disconnect from the bottom handle hooks up to the quick disconnect to your LEDs in the top part. Connect those, and then make sure that when you go to slide this together, that the CoverTech clip is facing to the back. As you can see here, it's going to be to the back and off to the side, so that way your grips are lined up straight. And you're just going to watch how you're putting it in, make sure that the screw and the holes line up perfectly. Just slide that into place and simply tighten them down. And tightening them back down, doesn't really matter how many times you turn it, as long as it tightens back into place and they become flush, if not recessed into these little grip sections, just so that way you don't rub up against them and scratch yourself it anyway, because the little holes here for the retention screws, which is what I'm using, the little hole for your Allen wrench can scratch the crap out of your hand, so you don't want to do that. So you just screw this back down until it's nice and snug fit again. Yeah, this one right up there, and then this one. Now the screw in the front seems a bit tighter than the rest, but that's good, because that means that once you've gotten everything tightened down, it's not going to move. It's not going to move. Got your glass eye in the front, red button in the back. The rabbit ears, which I can't make any longer because I cannot find the proper type of material for it. I need channeling that's probably just about a ½ inch longer, but I can't find those anywhere. I went to Home Depot and all sorts of other places, can't find them. So this is what I've done. But I've actually changed the shape of it. I've rounded it down near the bottoms, just to give it a little bit more of a realistic look. And yeah, so there it is, the Savatron Saber, and I'll be shipping it with the longer blade that you've asked for as well. So that's it. Alright, thank you.